right, man. So I watched like maybe a minute of this particular clip from the True Podcast, Paul Pearson, his sidekick, excuse me. And they sit here and they pretty much talk about the title of the video. I'll put it back up there real quick. The title of the particular video is that black men have made black women masculine. And some of the things they say in the beginning of this video is just simply not true. And once you pick up a book, it's a lot of things that's consistently being said about this relationship that's just simply not true. So let's go.
Feel loved. And I saw this meme recently that says, why do men keep treating us like no limit soldiers? Like we're just girls. Like y'all keep treating us like we no limit soldiers and talking to us crazy and treating us like we men and being rough. Like we not no limit soldiers.
Yeah,
we just
because
women.
Now we're in a society to where women want to be the man. We're in that society. That's why we talk like that. When women want to drop their femininity and be masculine, because we got more masculine women than ever. They think they can do what men do. That's the society that we in now. They think they can play our roles, do the shit we do, heavy lifting and all that, and it's demasculating men to make us look like nothing. So like, what you talking about? It is that. That's why we like that. Real talk.
Yeah, well, I don't think that all women are like that. I think that men are now being conditioned to just like treat women
But
like
women
harsh.
in this society has conditioned us to be like that.
And the man in this society has conditioned women.
They demasculate
They
men.
emasculated.
Emasculated the men to where now we growing up like it's okay to, and wear skirts and.
Now, one thing I will say is the emasculation part. Or the demasculation. I'm joking. For the most part, when you look at what they're saying here, women set the tone on how they be treated. Just simple as that. Women set the tone on how they be treated. They set the tone. They raising the children, how they dress. What he talking about is a totally different conversation. But they set the tone on how they treat it. When you talking about you don't need a man, I could do it on my own. I seen a video where a lady was saying that, telling her husband she can shovel the snow better than he can. Most women in America is in competition with men because even though they'll never admit that they need men, they'll never admit that they need men. You know what I'm saying? They know they need men. And that's the disheartening thing about it. They know they need men. They created the treatment. When you wanted to be equal and you wanted to integrate into the workspace, I can do it better than a man or just as equal as a man. There you have it. It's as simple as that.
In high heels.
So I'm going to break something down for you.
Get that up out of here.
It's not women who emasculated men. It's systemic racism that's been going on for years and years and years. And in the slave days, they used to take black men from their families, rape.
Let me say this, all right? When she's trying to talk about going back into slavery and all of that stuff, a lot of times before she go in, when they got out of bondage, you know who a lot of the black women ran to? They went to go work for Brad and Becky. Instead of building the community, living in the communities that black men build, real talk, they went to go work for Brad and Becky. So they, even back then, they wasn't willing to stick in the communities that black men built. Go look at the story of Frederick Douglass and how his wife did him. Go look at some of the stuff that Malcolm X's wife was talking about. She was worried about getting pounded out and not on the mission that he was talking about. All right. So when they started talking about when they got out of bondage, when slavery was abolished and they got out of bondage and black men created their own communities, a lot of black women chose to still go over there and go with Brad and Becky. These men created communities, and some women stayed in the community, but a lot of them left the community. That's a fact. A lot of them chose to leave the community, and you got to understand, women are hypergamous. Even though a lot of those, a lot of them knew Brad was bad, but they seen him as power. It's the same thing today. They're asleep. You know, how many women we talking about? Oh, I didn't know my Brad husband, my boyfriend, was a racist, but he kept calling me the N-word during sex. And then 5 years into the marriage or 10 years into the relationship, I told him to stop. He wouldn't stop, so I left. No, you just got tired. You just wanted a new penis. It was okay when he was calling you all these racist slurs. You know, when he was hitting you from the back in the beginning, you just got bored. You got the mixed baby possibly, or you simply just got bored. So let's call it a bean. That whole systematic racism shit. Man, come on now. Just think about Africa. What's going on in Africa? And that Russian man came in there and slept with like 600 women and gave them some shit they can't get rid of. Okay? Think about that for a minute. And they blame the men for that. How you gonna blame systemic racism on y'all giving access to the punani to a man who didn't take it from y'all, who y'all willingly gave it up to? Y'all blame, they were over there in Africa blaming the African man for that shit. Come on, they blaming the African man for that. So they're always trying to blame something else. These black men build communities, and a lot of the black women didn't want nothing to do with those communities.
And beat them in front of. No, listen to what I'm saying. So women, listen to what I'm saying. Women did not emasculate men. Men have been emasculated for centuries. Black men specifically. That's why every black man who used to get a world.
Black men
let me say my
emasculated
point.
from black women.
No. So black women are the people who are putting men in skirts and dresses when they play on acting roles. That's the only way these men can get roles, is if they dress up as women. Historically, black men have only been able to get roles when they dress up like women. Historically.
Why do all the time when they start using examples, they jump to Hollywood, they jump to music entertainment, they jump to Love Island, they jump to an internet couple, they jump to some Hollywood shit. Let's talk about real shit. Because the emasculate, as a man, you have a choice to put on a dress or not to put on a dress. That ain't got nothing to do with, she's talking bullshit. Black women have emasculated the men. It's been a matriarchy. Now, if you want to get into some real government type shit that they was talking about, y'all took Section 8 and welfare, but when y'all over building with y'all black men. Let's take it a step further. Y'all took Section 8 and welfare again over the black men. They built black communities. You know, a lot of y'all didn't want to be a part of them. Y'all still wanted to be under Brad and Becky Thumb. Once again, another swing around. They gave y'all welfare. They gave y'all government cheese, Section 8. Y'all took that. Right? Y'all took the man out the home. So you raising these children on your own. How can you tell a boy to be a man? What can you tell him to be a man? How many times have we seen black women emasculate their son? In a number of ways. Dressing half naked around their homeboys, sleeping with some of their friends, talking to them crazy, calling them bees and hoes and you ain't shit in front of company. Come on now, beating them when they don't say what you want to do. Let's talk about it. Taking them to Lane Bryant and taking them to Ashley Stewart and taking them to Forever 21 and you trying on swimsuits and you trying on different clothes. You think that's something that a boy should be learning? He should be with his father, going to the mechanic shop, playing golf, throwing the pig stick around, learning to cut the grass. You know what black women be saying to their son? Your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't that. You ain't gonna be shit. They say some of the most foulest, emasculating language that come out their mouth. A lot of the most hurtful things that most black men hear, and the girls, they hear it from their mother. Nobody talk about that. They hear it from their mother. You get emasculated before you even get opportunity to get to Hollywood to put a dress on. You know, most black children don't hear "I'm proud of you." Especially the boys, they don't never hear "you proud of you." When you do something, guess what these people tell you in the black community, these women? Oh, that's what you supposed to. They downplay everything that black men do. You survived out of a grave situation. You came out the gutter and made something else, and everybody act like you owe them. And all you do is get a bunch of hate. I never forget my homeboy said, I got my PhD or my master's. It was one of the two in psychology. He said my mother was jealous of me. He told me, and you hear this, he told me the best thing I ever did was move out of my mother's house. This is a dude who got, I think, a PhD or a master's in psychology, bro. That's the best thing he ever did. Not get a degree, not pick the college, not the fucking sedan or SUV or crossover he bought. He said, that's the best thing I did. But a lot of these brothers speak about this shit in silence, bro. If I can get these brothers to talk about this shit on wax, y'all look at these women a lot different. You get some brass to come on here and speak too. They always jump into Hollywood to give a comparison because that's all they fucking know. I'm telling y'all the truth about this shit, dog. I knew dudes who mother was sleeping with their friends. How can you come back from that? How can you come back from that?
Systemically, black men have been suppressed and have been emasculated by society, not by black women. Black women have been conditioned to be masculine by black men because black women.
You heard what she just said? Oh, the black man is emasculated because of society, but the black woman is held, and she barely black, and the black woman is held back because of the black man. The black man ain't hold y'all back, bro. We wasn't there to hold y'all back. Remember that? We wasn't there to hold y'all back. They never take accountability, bro. We didn't hold black women back. We didn't make black women masculine. Y'all sold us out on multiple levels. Fresh out of bondage, they sold us out to work for Brad and Becky. They wasn't happy and comfortable in their communities that we built, even though the Klan and Brad and some of them would come and hang and flood the communities and try to flip the board, monopoly board over on us. Black Wall Street, Black Bottom, that city they flooded in Georgia. We still will rebuild and do it all over again. But if they were fighting for feminists and they was fighting for the right to work, they was fighting for the right to be equal, they was fighting for that. If they were happy in black communities that black men built, why were they fighting for liberation then? Why was they fighting for equality even back then? Why was they fighting to vote? If they really was focused on family and focused on building community, why were they fighting Becky's fight? Why was they forming a bond with Becky, forming a leadership with Becky to get liberated? And then when that instantly didn't happen, it slowly started to happen. They take Uncle Sam's handouts to get the black man out the house. What she's saying is a lie. Oh no, black women it's because of black men. You ever notice she didn't say it was because of Brad that they masculine? It wasn't because we let Becky put a feminist battery in our back because it's the black man fault. This is why niggas is walking away. Rightfully so. This is why brothers is walking away. This is why they say, I'm done, finito, I'm out of here. Because everything is your fault. When everything go right, they downplay it. They feel like they need a part of it. You owe it to the people in your family when shit go right. They ain't help you get nothing. They held you back. But you know, when you don't make it or they don't, it's the black man's fault. What's the difference from going to deal with most black women and going to deal with Becky and Maria? What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? At least Becky and Maria, they're going to revere you. They're going to look up to you. They're going to love you. They ain't going to blame you for everything. They're going to tell you, I'm proud. I appreciate the hard work you're doing. This is a bunch of bull jive right here, man.
Women cannot put their guard down, feel safe or feel soft around a black man because they have treated them horribly based off of their circumstances. So if we want to talk about who made who what, black men made women be more masculine, not the other way around. So she said all that stuff historically, right? I'm damn near want to stop it right here. She said all that stuff historically that the Brad will butt break them, humiliate them, and rituals put them in dress. But you blame the black man, but you won't blame Brad. She said all this shit that Brad did to black men, but it's still black man's fault. Listen to what she's saying, bro. This is why she don't got a ring on her finger. This is why she a fucking Bob. And this is why she a sidekick.
I'm telling you, dog, just listen.
Black men were emasculated, unfortunately, by society. And this is proven historical facts.
What society? Who did it? What's the person that did it? Who are the people that did it? You blaming us, blame the real culprit by your standards. What you saying, blame the real culprit. Had a fucking vagina to say it.
So at the end of the day, no, you're wrong. Okay. Like, you know what? It's just, you don't like when I say something and they say that. They be like, nah, he cuts her off when she be trying to get off. But at the end of the day, that's the truth. So yes.
It's not the truth. That's a lie. This is why they shouldn't have microphones. This is why they shouldn't have microphones. This is why they shouldn't have microphones. They need headphones, not microphones. Shout out to Jab.
Society have emasculated black men, and it's horrible, and I hate that. And I feel like when I watch how the world has worked, yes, we continue to emasculate them. We have not helped the issue. I will not say that, but I will say that if who played a bigger role in making one which way is black men. Black men has disrespected, hurt, abused, cheated, lied to black women on a.
Why they always go back to cheating? Why do they always throw cheating in there? Brad cheated. Does that make Becky look at him any different and emasculate him in public any different? Like, what are we talking about? Why do they always, black men cheated? Y'all disrespected us too. What are we talking about? We built community, you left. The same dudes who took y'all vagina from y'all at night, abused y'all, beat y'all, but you still blaming the black man? They never blame Becky for putting a battery in their back to go to fight the feminist battle. What are we literally talking about here, bro? Legitimately. They're not gonna leave out the fact that y'all took welfare, y'all keep being single mothers. The black community is a matriarchy. There's no guys there to run it. It's a couple householders was a matriarch or was a patriarchy still, and those tend to produce better daughters and better sons and better husbands and better wives. What are we talking about here, man? This is why it's no point of giving them headphones. There's no point of being on a podcast with an unsuccessful married woman. She has nothing to offer but boptivity.
More consistent basis than women have hurt the black man. Black women have been loyal to a fault.
Loyal? Is she serious? Is she serious? The same women who push the divestors, the divesting content, the same people who say delete black male babies, the same people that say you should raise a kid even if it's not yours, the least married, because if they could marry others, they would. Y'all ain't been loyal. Are you serious? Y'all sold us out to Uncle Sam. Y'all sold us out to Becky. They literally don't know. They literally believe the gibberish that's coming out their mouth. It is ridiculous. They need to get a book. But you know what? They couldn't probably comprehend it.
Okay, black women have been designed to stick around even through all the hard times.
Design? Have we not seen women say, I'm not going to build with a man? I want my man to come already made. What is she talking about? Loyal? The only reason if you can make a case that y'all are loyal, y'all marry black men more than anybody else, is because y'all don't, that's all y'all have to marry. Y'all don't have another opportunity. Y'all don't have other choices. They believe this, and this is why we'll never have community again.
So at the end of the day, no, I'm not going to sit here and let you say that black women are masculine because men, all of this stuff. A lot of black women, you know how much it hurts to continue to be cheated on, lied to.
Once again, they go back to getting cheated on.
Taken out of your softness.
You taken out of your soft. You can't take somebody out of their softness. Either you're feminine and soft or you're not. Why do you get cheated on? Ask yourself that. Why do you get cheated on? You used to be 400 pounds. Why did you get cheated on? Look at your attitude. Look at how demonstrative you is. Look how masculine you is. And a man made you masculine like that? You know, Becky and Ling Ling and Maria ain't focused on your dick like that. All black women mind, most of their mind just going to dutter. They just care about who you fucking. And she's not even talking about the productive black man. She's talking about the Pookies and Ray Rays who she used to slob on their knob like corn on the cob. She used to let hit for nothing. This is what they talk about. They don't talk about the productive black men. They talk about these little Pookies and Ray Rays and everybody get blamed for it. She's a fucking idiot, bro.
Because a man is not allowing you to thrive in your femininity.
How is either you feminine or you are not? There's no two different ways about it. Either you soft or you not. Regardless, in a situation, if me and her dating and I cheat on her and she cheat back, she's still a fucking cheater. She's still a cheater. No matter how you slice the cake, she's still a cheater. Instead of just walking away. So it's not, oh, I'm soft or I'm not soft. That's not the point. A lady is a lady. Regardless of the situation, she's going to handle it like a lady. Nobody putting you in your soft, your masculine. You just a masculine ass Beowulf.
It hurts. There's a cost that it pays for a man to have a feminine woman. And the cost is for him to make her feel safe, for him to make her feel comfortable being vulnerable, for him to make her feel like she's in a space where she can thrive and she doesn't have to look over her shoulder or feel like he's cheating on her or lying to her.
Once again, what is it with cheating? What is that obsession with cheating? You don't hear Becky obsessing with cheating like they obsessed with cheating. Because you know what their obsession with cheating is? It's because they all like cheaters. They all want to break a cheater and make a cheater into a monogamous man. That's all it is. It's plenty of guys out here who will not cheat. There's plenty of guys that's married that's scared to cheat. There's plenty of guys who love a woman so much they won't cheat, but all they want to go with a cheater and say they conquered the cheater and turn him into a monogamous man. You can tell her trauma is she got cheated on. She got cheated on. You can tell that's all black women for cheating. And you don't cheat, and that's still not enough in a relationship. Y'all attitudes make dudes cheat. Y'all fucking demeanor make people, y'all dudes cheat. Y'all mouth make guys cheat. Y'all laziness make guys cheat. We can go on and on and on and on about it.
Or feel like she cannot really be in a safe space where she can be the woman that she is designed to be, okay? A woman, when we have to have hormonally less estrogen, more estrogen in our body in order to operate as women. When we have to work super hard, take out trashes, do all these things, be on edge, be paranoid, be this, we are naturally putting more testosterone in our body and we're not able to be feminine.
What is she talking about? We cook, we clean, we do the shit women supposed to do. It's somebody that live in my complex. He a single father. Don't see him bitch and complain, yell at the little kid, nothing. You don't hear us saying, well, y'all put us in our femininity because we got to cook and clean for ourselves. I know dudes that live with women who do all the cooking, cleaning, and pay all the bills. You don't hear them saying, I had to be in my femininity. Shut up. Shut up. Take this hoe's microphone. I swear to God.
Feminine.
Get a new co-host.
So when we are with man that you make you want to look up at him and be like, yes, whatever you say. There's men that make you feel that way because they keep you in your soft era. They keep you safe. And then he can feel.
Where's your ring at then? Why don't you have this guy? Where's this guy at? He didn't want you.
Feel more masculine.
You cooked on that.
I can't stand.
She did not cook. If you think this hoe cooked, dog, you think she cooked, that was all a bunch of lies. She didn't say too many truths in there. There was a bunch of half lies. If you think she cooked on that, this is why there won't never be no community in the black community. This is where it's too many lies, man. Too many people are uneducated on this history. You got niggas like Umar who know all this shit, but he tell a bunch of lies, bro. If you think she cooked, motherfucker, you better not eat what she cooked because that bitch raw. You gonna get salmonella.
Oh, no, I got you. You could. You won that round. you know how when it's on.
Hell no, she ain't win that round. Hell no, she ain't win that round. This is why niggas is avoiding, but this is why black men is avoiding black women. Here you have it right here. Loud and wrong. Loud and wrong. Loud and wrong. If you think she cooked Paul, man, pack you up, bro. Pack you up. Pack you up in the suitcase. Take your Hall of Fame away. Take them points away. Take that racist ass Boston uniform off of you and burn that hoe in Lake Tahoe, man. I ain't got nothing else to say, dog. This was disgusting. I wish I didn't do this. This was just truly disgusting.